Hello, welcome to my channel. If you'd like to watch the silent subtitled version of this vlog, please click the link in the description box below. This is my first trip in 2024, a city getaway which I have looked forward to for a while. I was researching a destination on Eurostar website and found the city Cologne. But I'm not going to talk about Cologne until the next vlog. This video is all about Düsseldorf, and I'm going to tell you why I picked this place out of so many cities in Germany. My plan is to fly to Cologne, take a train to Düsseldorf to stay for 2 nights, and then tour around Cologne for 2 more nights before I return to London. Eventually, it took us an hour to wait for BA to repair its plane and an hour more to fly to Cologne, a 2 to 3 hour delay in schedule, and finally we arrived in the airport. We immediately took train to Düsseldorf and found the information screen at the train station really confusing. It wouldn't show the next train until 5 minutes before the expected departure time, which is just bonkers. And then I realized that you should always download a DB app in your phone to check the schedule. By the way, DB is Deutsche Bahn, the national railway company of Germany. Anyway, we arrived in Düsseldorf in no time once on board. I choose to stay in a Holiday Inn hotel this time rather than an Airbnb because it's way cheaper and breakfast is included. It's at a pretty decent location with a 10-minute walk to the train station. And the room is quite reasonably sized considering the price. Not usual to have a hotel room with less than £100 per night in Europe these days. Not to mention a breakfast is included. The dining area is spacious as well, and breakfast buffet is considered good quality in Europe. Now I am going to tell you why I choose Düsseldorf. When I researched earlier on, I found the Düsseldorf official website, and out of the 10 reasons for Düsseldorf, this one catches my eye. Little Tokyo. And now I only know that Düsseldorf is home to Europe's 3rd largest Japanese community, Germany's largest. As a Hong Konger who used to travel to Japan at least twice a year, it would be such a great comfort to find out that a little version of Japan is not so far from me now. Okay, to be fair, the largest Japanese community in Europe is actually in the UK, so it may not make a lot of sense for me to fly all the way to only look for the 3rd largest. But look at this, they've got a neighborhood dedicated to it and they even created a map to promote it. I have high hopes for it. Let's see how it looks. This is the area and the main street where a majority of the Japanese restaurants and shops are located. They even make a light box to show the map here. The first restaurant that I would introduce is Kushi-Tei of Tokyo. The interior of the restaurant is traditional Japanese style. They also have an izakaya-style bar. Some German instructions to introduce the use of different sauces and seasoning. The menu is full of varieties, apart from the usual bendos and noodles. They also have grilled skewers and sushi. My husband ordered the special lunch menu, Taiyaki char-grilled chicken donburi. He's really enjoying it. I ordered a spicy miso ramen, a really large portion with lots of toppings. Miso soup was to my taste as well. The next one I would recommend is Tonkatsu GONTA. Tonkatsu means the Japanese breaded deep-fried pork cutlet. I haven't seen a tonkatsu restaurant in London so far, so it's worth a try. The menu looks very authentic and offers different kinds of katsu. I think the restaurant is popular here for a reason, because Germans love breaded deep-fried meat. Schnitzel, one of Germany's famous dishes, is breaded deep-fried slice of meat. I ordered the mixed fry deluxe while my husband ordered miso rosu katsu. Here comes the katsu. In Japan, the katsu is always dipped in a tonkatsu sauce with grinded sesame. The set of mortar and pestle reminds me of the good old times when I traveled to Japan. Mine is a large portion of katsu. There were prawn, chicken, karaage, pork. The food was delicious and the portion was large. The third one that I would recommend is Zero Banchi. The general menu also offers a variety of dishes. It's a Hokkaido restaurant, so you can see the signature Hokkaido bear on the restaurant store. We were seated at the bar table, and I was particularly attracted to the special menu, sea urchin and grilled eel rice. Soboro Beer Time, a Japanese beer brand I love but not easily found in the UK. The sea urchin was tasty and fresh. It melted on the tip of my tongue with a sweet aftertaste. We also ordered grilled eel rice and deep-fried oysters. To get the most out of our limited stomach capacity, we exchanged the dishes and got to taste both. I found grilled eel even more tempting with the char grill scent. It's a very fulfilling dinner. Additionally, I would recommend a Korean bakery cafe called Soboro. Soboro is a Korean peanut schnitzel sweet bun. There were many Korean-style buns and cakes in the bakery. We had a matcha latte, a cake, and a cream Soboro bun. All were amazing. The next one is Bingo. Locals just love this shop, and every time we went by, there is always a queue. It sells only one type of Japanese street food, which is Taiyaki. I bought a custard flavor, which was as good as I could imagine. Apart from restaurants, there were also Japanese supermarkets in the area. One of it is Hanaro. There were Japanese wine and sake, popular brands like Choya. Interesting Japanese snacks and rice. Also fresh meat and fish. Another one which is more interesting is Stay Young. Apart from normal supermarket stuff, it also offers Japanese kitchenware and tableware. And most were just €3. Comparing to the price of similar items in London, it's very cheap. I bought all these little stuff and it only cost me less than €60, which is around £50 or so. There were also some other shops in Little Tokyo. Some luxurious cultural items shops, bookshops with plentiful Japanese books, and manga shops selling Japanese manga in German translation and figures. Of course, Düsseldorf is not just about Little Tokyo. The other side of the city are the Rhine River and the old town, Altstadt. Altstadt is typically a place where you can find bars and restaurants. We were not a big fan of it as much as Little Tokyo, so we didn't spend too much time here. I found a bookshop on that street which offered many Kafka books and some English versions as well. That's probably the most rewarding part for me. But other than that, Altstadt didn't give me such excitement as much as Little Tokyo. 2 nights were short. We bid farewell to Düsseldorf and went on to Cologne. Next vlog, I will talk about the drinking culture and the food in Cologne, and of course the world-renowned UNESCO site Cologne Cathedral. Stay tuned and bye for now.